Fuck, dude, if I had one wish, it would just go back to life before DJT walked down that fucking elevator. That dude has literally destroyed the fabric of the fucking country. I didn't know Chuck Norris was a fucking diehard Trump supporter. Can't even fucking make any jokes anymore, bro. Found out? Oh, okay, I didn't know. Rest in piss, bitch. A lot of people be like, oh, bro, you make everything political. This isn't about politics, bro. This is about protecting myself from you fucking weirdos. Because if you dismiss what's going on in the country right now as just, whatever, bro, run of the mill, it's what happened. That just tells me that you're a type of motherfucker that can be influenced to fall into evil. Yeah, bro, which means I think you have the possibility to become an evil, weird motherfucker, which means I got to protect myself from you. Every fucking thing, dude, in this country is fucked up because of that dude. And he's the most disgusting, despicable human being on the motherfucking planet. So you can say whatever you want to say about the state of the world. Oh, Biden did this, Obama did that, Bush did this. They weren't eating babies and raping kids, bro. So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but that undisputed fact is what it is. And you can dismiss it. Which means you are subject to falling into evil, to be a disgusting, despicable human motherfucking being. So I got to protect myself from all you motherfuckers, man. 10 toes down in this shit, man. And I don't give a fuck, bro. There's going to be nobody in my life around me that plays this shit off and is a friend of mine, man. I can't trust you motherfuckers, bro. I can't. Whole world fucked up since that dude walked down an elevator, bro.
I miss who I was before Donald Trump came into power. It's hard enough being a human, an adult, a woman, a mother, but waking up every day with this sense of dread and rage. I miss the person I used to be. I miss the country I thought we were.
I miss the person I was before Donald Trump. Some of you are too young to remember a time before, but I remember a time before. You would wake up without feelings of dread and rage every day. You could walk about the world with worries. Okay, life was life, but you didn't carry around this impending sense of doom at every moment. God, I miss that girl so much.
Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome back. So, millions of Americans believe the country has become more divided. Greed and hate has become more normalized, and life has become more harder, more expensive, and more stressful than it used to be a few years ago under Biden administration. So let's have a look. Please like and hype the video, right? Then I'll come back with more.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't recognize this country anymore. I'm 44 years old, and we're living in a country today where human beings aren't getting due process anymore. Judges are being attacked left and right from the president of the United States. People are getting laid off for no reason. Veterans are getting laid off, and we have tech billionaires. And, look at Trump's administration. $60 billion his administration is worth. And by the way, that doesn't even include Elon Musk. The biggest tax breaks for the top 1%. They're threatening to get rid of our Medicare, get rid of Social Security. What type of country are we living in where undocumented immigrants, some who have lived here for decades and pay taxes, are getting deported from religious sanctuaries and schools? The Bibles are going to be in every classroom, the 10 Commandments. What is going on in this country? This country was founded on immigrants. Have we lost our compassion for human beings? What the fuck is going on here?
If I make it through this second Trump administration without fucking killing myself, and I meet people down the road who had the fortune of not having to live in America during the whole Trump era, and they ask me what the worst part of living in America during Trump's whole rule was, it's going to be, besides the obvious, which is the unfathomable amount of evil shit that Trump and his cronies have pulled in the last 10 years. The worst part for me is how many people have just been apathetic and indifferent towards it all. That's the thing. Like, it would be one thing if everyone in America was either fervently for what Trump is doing or fervently against what Trump is doing. Like, that would honestly be more tolerable at this point, because at least everybody is engaged, and that means there is more of a likelihood of rebellion and uprising and revolution. But no, instead, I've had to spend every single day this past decade surrounded by people going la-di-fucking-da and acting like nothing's going on, acting like the country is not being run by a stupid psychopath with other stupid psychopaths underneath him. Like, what is that like? To just go around life not caring. Like, I can't do that because I have autism-induced hyper-empathy that will not let me ignore all the bullshit and all the horrific stuff that people are going through, even if it's at the expense of my mental health and sanity and my hairline. But instead, there are people who just walk around and then they'll get mad at me and have a resentful tone when I bring up the fact that, hey, you know, this country is really fucked up right now. Like, this has been going on, like I said, for 10 years, and it is worse than it has ever been before. And yet, if at this point you still don't care, I don't know what I can do to make you care. And frankly, that is sad and pathetic. I'm done mincing words. I'm not going to do that anymore. It is sad and pathetic to not care about what's happening right now.
We are at the point of no return. I'm disgusted to be an American. He has damaged the U.S. beyond repair. We will not recover from this in our lifetime. I believe you're correct. The damage that was done from Nixon, that took a decade to erase what Nixon did. This is much, much worse. And the problem that I have is that Republican House and Senate members just cowardly stood by and let this maniac go. That is the part that I will never forget. I will never forgive all these Republicans that sat around and did nothing. And here they took an oath. They took an oath to protect us from enemies, foreign and domestic. And make no doubt about it, Trump is an enemy of this country. Make no doubt about it. Anybody that wants to take secret documents and put them in their house to use later, you're an enemy of the state. That's my opinion. And yet, how we erase this, not in our lifetime. And as a foreign country, would I ever trust America again? It would be very hard. Because we didn't just do this once. We voted for this madness twice. And that's going to be hard to forgive.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm here to tell y'all right now, America will be suffering the consequences of a second Donald Trump presidency for years, if not decades to come, long after that man is gone. Even if we pack that man up, politically, of course, I don't mean literally, our relationship with the world will be forever changed. Because we have now shown them not once, but twice that we cannot be trusted. With the bullshit coming out the White House right now, we have put every single one of our allies in a position where they have to reevaluate their relationship with the United States, because we have made ourselves so toxic and so radioactive that standing next to us and supporting us on anything would be to their own detriment. Take the war in Iran, for example. We really started a war with Iran with no plan, no goals, no exit strategy at the behest of them blue and white people. And now the entire world is paying the price. Oil prices are going up everywhere. And if this thing goes on long enough, trust me when I say there's going to be shortages across the globe. And now our allies in the Middle East are getting bombed to hell through no fault of their own, simply because they were standing next to us. I know it seems a million years ago now at this point with everything happening, but look at what we tried to do with Greenland. Look at what we did in Venezuela. Look at what we are doing in Cuba right the fuck now. Look at the chaos that was caused by this man's ridiculous tariff policy, starting trade wars left and right with Mexico and Canada and China and all over the place. There will be consequences for this. It might not be apparent now, but I promise you, the rest of the world is already realigning their interests, moving closer to China and other trade partners so that they can divest from us. And the only people that pay the price in that situation is us. And for what? What is the reason? What are we accomplishing? What is the goal? Nothing. This country will be forever changed for the worse as a result of this man. And we're going to look back and ask ourselves, what was the point? What did we gain? Nothing.
It's sad that millions of Americans cannot afford the basics. According to a new study, 82 million Americans are now skipping meals just to pay for healthcare. Parents are sacrificing their meals so that they can feed their children, you know. Americans now feel trapped in a cycle where they're working harder than ever, but somehow still falling behind, you know. They're waking up early. They're working long hours. They come back home exhausted, but somehow they still find themselves worrying about the bills. Another concern is that Americans are tired of the emotional toll because every day feels like effing chaos and uncertainty, you know. Every day seems to bring controversies, an outrageous headline designed to make Americans angry, fearful, and even outraged. People are tired of the constant conflict, the division, and the feeling like their neighbors have now become enemies, you know. And many Americans remember a time where political disagreement did not dominate every aspect of their life. Because today's politics has invaded workplaces, schools, social gatherings, family relationships, and even friendship, you know, many are concerned that compassion has disappeared and greed is being rewarded while ordinary people struggle, where parents are worrying about how to feed their children, where the seniors are worrying about healthcare, you know, where young adults are worrying about whether they'll be able to own a home. But are these concerns, they show that Americans, they still care about their country, you know. They still want a better future. They want their leaders to solve problems instead of creating new ones, you know. Because at the end of the day, people want affordable life, you know, safe communities, functioning institutions, and opportunities for their children. But the real question is whether the leaders will listen to the people before the frustration turns into something deeper. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.